ease some minds and help the transition of me coming back. I wanted to make this video as a means of clarification and accountability and moving forward. I want to say
welcome back, my delinquents. We have another cancelled VTuber in the news that are just rolling back in like nothing happened. And you were thinking, can anything truly top Cage coming back from the Kenji fiasco? Well, it can. We have the ringleader of that debacle, Dove, just completely sneaking their way back in with a new model and a new debut. We're going to go into that in a second, but if you're not familiar with this Kenji doxing situation, I did 2 or 3 videos on it because it was a long updating situation. You can find it in the playlist, but it's actually all over the place too. But let's get into it. But guys, I'm going to go live after this video is up, so after you watch this, if you're interested in knowing more about news and all the other dumb stuff that's happening online, I'll be live over at Twitch. Check the links below. Let's get into it. Putting on my angry face, guys. Okay, this is absolutely ridiculous. If you don't know the stuff that happened with Dub, they were the main ringleader in bullying, doxing, and trying to just like cancel Kenji for like over a year, and they took down a lot of VTubers with them that they had like drawn into their I Hate Kenji, and it was like mainly because they were ex-Kenji mod, and then Kenji let them go, more other mods let them go because they weren't doing their job and they were being very antagonistic to people. And just a wee bit parasocial. Shocker, I know. Seeing they go into a whole Kenji obsession here. They made a statement at the end of all that debacle of them getting cancelled that they were leaving forever, as they always do. All the cancelled people always say they're leaving forever, as we've seen like a trend at the moment that people are really starting to click on that cancelling doesn't really do much. It only really has the power you think it does. And quite a few other great commentary channels has talked about this, and it's pretty interesting. But Taylor's all the time, they always end up coming back because the kind of people that do this kind of thing crave the attention, and they don't do well in real life, so they are coming back for money, obviously for clout, and to be somehow kudos for their terrible behavior because they can't go on without some sort of reinforcement from other people. And the idea that a lot of these people can just re-enter the real world and be happy in a normal job is out of their mind. They can't even fathom to think to just go and be a normal person or grow from this. So unfortunately, seeing they're coming back, I really doubt this will be the last time we hear of Dove getting in trouble. Pessimistic, but no one runs a hate group for like a year and just comes back with a completely planned debut and are somehow changed. So I have humongous doubts about this, but let's get into this. So on April 18th, that's when they did the Son Kenji apology, and just silence after that. It was a terrible apology. They barely apologized. Yes, and they had a different model. I'll see if I can pop it in here, but it'll be on the thumbnail. And then they came out with this new video. Well, I don't know how much of a video. I actually haven't watched it. But, because I actually didn't know they came back randomly at the beginning of September until Static Tokyo's video. I was like, what? And my friend sent me like a vague tweet about someone coming back, and I was like, who's back? And apparently it's them. And I do find it really funny that everyone suggested on them is also people that's been in the drama. Like, so very funny. But let's get into this. Okay, so they come back sneakily in on September 16th. Hi everyone, long time no see. I want to simply start this off with an announcement. In a little over a week, I will be coming back to streaming as Love. A lot of you may be unhappy or upset and maybe even be happy. However, I make this decision because streaming has been a dream of mine for a long time and I want to take more steps on this path. Okay, I'm just going to say this. Just because you have a dream doesn't mean you're entitled to it, okay? You have really shot your shot and you failed. And you were an asshole. It's like just going streaming is my dream and content creation is my dream doesn't make you entitled to it. Okay, like there's a certain point where you have to hold yourself responsible for your decisions. And I'm not saying they should never come back, but this just screams, well, it's my dream. Why can't I have it? It screams a little red flag. I want to continue to put smiles on people's faces and to do what I love the most while also accepting my past actions, taking accountability. How was anything that they've done in the past putting smiles on people's face? I really don't understand what land of Delulu they're honestly in with these statements. they literally almost ruin people's life, and they want to say keep putting smiles on people's faces. I don't really understand. Linked below, I made a full final statement regarding any previous matters. Comments are left on for all of you to ask questions should you have any. I would like to move on and continue to doing what I do, and I would appreciate if people could respect this wish. I will start posting regularly as Dover Love again, starting tomorrow. I love you all very much, and I hope to see you all soon. Okay, we're gonna watch the video in a second. So I'm sorry if it's a question, I'm sorry if it comes off as rude, but if you say that's your way of coping, did you go to therapy, get professional help about events that happen, and how do you plan to prevent stuff like this in the future? I ended up going to therapy for a hot minute, so they may have gone or not gone at all, and this is the quickest way to lie, but make it seem like they took responsibility. I talked it out a lot and processed a lot of feelings, and past it honestly, all I can do is do better, but that I mean being more mindful and knowledgeable about people's feelings, things I can learn on. AKA, they have no mental health problem that caused this, air quotes, they're just kind of an asshole, and they probably barely went to therapy, because, guys, therapy only works if you have an underlying problem that causes this. Narcissism, bipolar disorder, BPD, like anxiety, some things can cause, like, irrational responses, but if there's no cure for being an asshole, okay? If that's the case. But I don't think they really want to change, they just want people to forget. No, you don't get to dictate the consequence of your actions. That's literally not how consequences work. This is called sweeping under the rug. Do you think they're more sweeping under the rug? They're still not taking responsibility, realistically. They didn't really do anything. They were gone, they were waiting, and it's quite obvious. I'm not saying, and no offense to anyone that goes back to watching her, you don't care if people are assholes. You'll watch anyone. Let's be for real. The kind of people that watch her are either so parasocial they can't help themselves, or they really just don't care if they're a bad person or not. But let's go into the YouTube comment. But I really don't know how many people are gonna watch her. But to be fair, a lot of cancellations, someone will be the worst person in the world, and they'll somehow come out with a bunch of fans. Just because when you go that, like, viral around, the worst kind of people will find you. Yeah, you won't have a good community, but you'll have one. And sadly, that's just how the internet works.
Stereotypical YouTuber apology sigh, but I'm really nervous. Hey guys, it's Dove, and I just wanted to—
So this is 4 minutes and 52 seconds. I may cut this up to the more important parts, but yeah, I'll put a timestamp if I remember, so you can skip this, and I'll just abbreviate it.
Make this video to hopefully ease some minds and help the transition of me coming back. I wanted to make this video as a means of clarification and accountability and moving forward. I want to say first and foremost that I will be leaving comments on for this video for respectful questions, and I will be happy to answer as many as I can. However, I am only one person, and I may not be able to answer all of them. Some questions may also have already been answered, so maybe look around and see if it's in the video, or check any other comments that might have asked it already. While I will be keeping comments on, I will keep this video unlisted. It's not really my intention for this to go towards monetary gain or any views to go towards YouTube partner. However, I will—
Honestly, I'm feeling like she's doing the YouTuber checklist. Don't worry, I'm not making money off this. Honestly, she's not going to get tons of views off this because the Kenji system's mainly died. Kenji situation has mainly died down, but also he's kind of just like left it because she's just getting views from him, which is the smartest move here. But I wanted to do this mainly because to update who her model is so people don't get confused and think she's someone else and kind of gets away with it.
We'll continue to make this video easily accessible for anyone who wants to obtain it or wants to look back on it. Let's start off with clarifications. Number 1, Kage and Vtuber were not a part of the first group chat where the doxing took place. They were only a part of the second group chat, which was considered the hate group chat as it was discussed online. Number 2, I did not and I do not have the victim nor his family's address. I've never had it. I've never went looking for it. I don't want it. Number 3, I never intended—
Ha 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 ha. That's so funny. I don't want it. I don't want— First, I was trying to doxing information. Yeah, believable, but also I like how they say the victim and not Kenji.
For IRL harm to come towards the victim or his family, or even any threats of that happening. I had information and I naively thought it was okay to have and share amongst friends.
I naively— You can see how aggressive their texts are in the Discord, so this is just a— Okay, I'm not saying this is used a lot, but I'm just a silly woman. A woman presenting. I'm pretty sure they use they, them, but woman presenting, and I'm just silly, a naive little girl, and it's not my fault. A lot of people do this too, guys do it too, but like, that is a play a lot of YouTubers or content creators or whatever go, is like, I was naive, I was just an innocent flower that didn't know better, and this is such an apology playbook.
Was very wrong of me. I was new to the VTubing community. I didn't recognize the importance of the information within this community, nor the severity of sharing it, even if privately. Obviously, this is not an excuse for my actions. It's simply an explanation of my thought process back then. Number 4, as far as downplaying goes, I never intended to undermine or downplay the victim.
I do find this part very funny, mainly because they're still kind of downplaying it, and they're not quite aware. I feel like Dove's biggest problem, they are so not aware of how they sound at all. Because they didn't realize that through all their crappy apologies, how crap they sounded. I really think they're being so genuine. And they're putting on such a great face, but it comes off so unbelievably fake.
Experience of getting doxxed. I am, for better or for worse, a person who copes through humor, and I was making jokes about my own experiences of getting canceled as a means to make my own experience and perspective more lighthearted. This is not me attempting to make myself out to be the victim. Getting canceled would take a negative toll on anyone, and I made extremely distasteful comments as a means to make light of my own experience and not anyone else's. I want to take accountability for this. These past 5 months have been filled with self-reflection on the past years, my journey as a VTuber, as a friend, as an overall person. This is not a means to run away from the past. I am accepting it as part of who I was and who it will make me tomorrow, depending on how I decide to act. I thought about running away. I thought about getting a new model and starting completely over on another account. But at the end of the day, I don't want to run. I want to accept the past. And
at the end of the day, she doesn't want to lose the followers she's already gotten. Again, I'm being very pessimistic here. You can like roll me in the comments, it's fine. I know some people think when I'm pessimistic like this, I can be a bit of a biatch. That's completely fair. I will 100%, I'm being very pessimistic about this because she seems to be coming off, like she can't even get her tone right. Where she's coming off trying to sound happy and chipper when she should be feeling bad, which comes off to me like she's faking. Like it's like a PCA, like a personal service announcement from an actor. It feels very off.
And take accountability while also being able to continue to achieve my goals and dreams. I know the victim and I both had our own personal issues with each other. At the time, I had assumed they were solved with a singular phone call, and everything was fine between us. I really should have looked back and seen how detrimental the outcome of my actions could have been should the information I had fallen into the wrong hands. Our personal issues should have never led me down a path of spite and anger and actions that...
Okay, I do hate this, that they're like, our personal issues together. It's another way of framing it to try and show they were both equally at fault when no, she's 100% at fault, and her saying it should have been solved after a call when she continued the situation herself. Kenji didn't. I've gone through all the information. She just continued this on her own. And that's the problem here. But she's trying to frame it like they were both equally at fault. And this is also another tactic to try and make it sound like they were less at blame because they're just riled up into doing worse behavior. But she riled herself up.
That were never appropriate in the first place. I take full accountability for this. I apologize to all the parties involved, and I will continue to be apologetic and remorseful. All I can ask is that you provide me just some grace and patience while I continue to try to do better daily.
Another beautiful, please treat me better than I would treat anyone. Again, I'm being very pessimistic on that, but no one has to even pay attention to her. Again, I think that's the best solution to this. If you don't like this, take note of her avatar and her name, ignore her, block her, just don't watch her, don't harass her, but just go bye. But definitely don't forget the situation because she's banking on everyone forgetting so she can move on and build up a new audience.
As a human being in our little corner of the internet. Finally, I want to talk about moving forward. I want to move on. I want to show that I can be better as I've been trying to by moving forward and cultivating a positive space for my community. If you, as a viewer, as an old friend, or even as a stranger who just works in the same field as me, I guess, should choose not to support me due to my past actions or how you view me now, I've fully respect and love you all the same. If you are willing to welcome me back and support my—
I like how the two options is willing to work or bring me back or just not support me. If you don't want to support me, I just find it's very entitled that she thinks the worst thing you can do is not support her. I'm sorry, just content creator brain always makes me, it's so funny to me. I'm sorry.
my future endeavors, I fully accept you, and I truly thank you for giving me another chance. I appreciate you more than words could really ever express. I know it's probably the biggest ask of anyone on the internet, but please try to keep my spaces positive. I understand concern, I understand distaste, I even understand hatred for my past actions, but I will never be able to move on and grow as a person if I'm constantly put in a box and compared to who I used to be. I would also—
She used to be 4 months ago. Like, my point is, guys, it's like when you say opinions online, people, sorry, it's very windy in my house. When you put opinions online, you're going to get compared to your opinions. That's just how it is. And you can't expect in 4 months for everyone to move on and think you're a whole new person. That's not how it is. She should accept people are going to come in, gonna be negative, and she should just deal with it and just wait to move on. I've seen some VTubers change so much more over so many years and not get that, when they should be given a little bit more leeway with some silly stuff. Like, there's a lot of creators like that I've seen with you still get shit after years and years about leaving, and it's just like, we could calm down. like she gets in some trouble areas, but like, really, do we have to keep it going? It's been years. So, but it's been 4 months, okay? It's only been 4 months.
also like to say, please, please, please leave the situation and my comeback out of other people's spaces as well. Everyone involved has expressed that they want to move on, myself included, so please let everybody stay out of this. Again, if you have questions, please be respectful, and comments will be left on down below. If you want to ask anything, I will do my best to answer. I love you all.
And yeah, I will be like not touching this again. This is just she's back, this is what she's doing, so you're aware, so they don't get the whole change without any consequences. But unless she gets into crap again, I will be completely ignoring her. And I think that's the best thing to honestly do with content creators you don't like. It's the same with the Boogie situation, if you've ever seen that the real thing that kills him is his viewership and money going down. And yeah, he gets crazy as he goes down, but that's really, canceling doesn't work. The real thing that stops creators is killing their money supply, because that's the only thing that bad people are going to answer to, realistically.
Very much. I truly wish the best for all of you, and I hope to see you soon. Yeah. Dove signing off. I'm trying not to give—
And that is the end of the video here of their comeback. I don't know, they said the same stuff they've always said in there. I shouldn't have let it get that way. We were equally at fault, blah, 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 blah. Nothing new, and I don't know. Pessimistic as frick. So she does a 6-day countdown, all these videos going through in here, 5 days, 3 days, but most people were unaware, I guess, because most people unfollowed them. I didn't even know who they were before this, but most people unfollowed them. And I'm accidentally doxing all the people I know that follow them accidentally, but the thing here is that only 2,000 people follow her, so of course no one really knew she was coming back. But yeah, she seems to be sweeping it under the rug and taking the whole, I've learnt so much in 4 months, even though she hasn't really done anything to change. And I think the best thing is just to ignore her, honestly. And if you want to weigh in your own side, if you don't know what's happening here, you can check the previous videos. I will link them here or below or at the end, whatever. But yeah, I think the best way to honestly deal with people who's been cancelled and you still don't like them or support their actions is to ignore them, keep their money out, destroy their money source, because bad people only care about one thing: clout and money. You have to destroy the clout and destroy the money. I'm sorry. But like, honestly, I don't think harassment realistically does anything. If anything, you accidentally make them look sympathetic and push their name around. Because a lot of people that get through their money through cancellations and being just hated is because people spend so much time hating them. So, like, there's literally streamers that make all their money, people hate watching them. Insane. But you might be, guys, Del, why should we care about this? That's what I'm saying. You really shouldn't, past the point of you know who she is again. And that's why I'm kind of reporting on it. Next to, she said the whole, I'm never coming back, and then comes back. And yeah, at the time I predicted she would be coming back because she didn't seem like the personality type that wouldn't come back. But yeah, guys, as reiterated, don't harass anyone. Just put your money where your mouth is. Ignore them. Tell them to put those middle fingers up and like, you ain't getting my money. But yeah, again, check out the videos if you want to see them. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Check out the Twitch. I'll be live after this video is up. And the Patreon, if you want. You get videos early, back behind the scenes, the Anime Reacts Town, the Erundel Reacts channel, all the content that we make online, and spoilers! Don't we love spoilers? I'm sorry, guys. I'm feeling very silly today, but thanks for watching my delinquents. Sorry if I was very pessimistic on this. It's just one of those things. I'm not surprised, and I just woke up, so I'm full of energy. Full of energy. So it's like seeping out of my pores right now. So, yeah. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell, and let me know in the comments below. Are you shocked? Because I'm not shocked. Bye, my delinquents.